This is Red, White, and Bluegrass.
The growing national spotlight on Governor Andy Beshear continues to drive up speculation over his future plans. This week, the governor was featured in a profile piece by Vogue magazine. Last week, Beshear spoke at political party meetings in South Carolina, and at a forum this week with Kentucky business leaders, Beshear was asked about why he's building a national brand. He told that audience that he believes the country needs a, quote, reasonable, common sense, common ground to get things done type of voice that is out there. Those questions continued in this week's Team Kentucky.
Next year, I'm head of the Democratic Governors Association, and so that will be my primary obligation after spending every moment being governor and moving this Commonwealth forward. And then after that, we'll see. You know, if I am a candidate that can heal this country, then it's something I'll consider. If someone else is that candidate, they'll have my support.
And just recently, Nebraska Democrats have announced that Beshear will be speaking at an event in October. So, Representative Donworth, I want to start with you here. Is what he's saying there, is it working, being that reasonable, common sense, common ground, get things done type of voice that is out there? Is he doing that?
I think he has been doing that. I think you saw that in his re-election campaign, where he won just his first election by a very small margin and increasing that margin with his re-election. I have just come back from the Southern Legislators Conference in Birmingham, Alabama, where we had legislators from across the South, and that was what people wanted to talk about as soon as they heard that I was from Kentucky. They wanted to know about Governor Beshear, and that happened when I was on vacation in North Carolina. People are looking for civility, and I think that is something that our governor has demonstrated, and I hope will continue to do so. And so I love seeing the spotlight on him because it also spotlights Kentucky, and I think he's capable of doing a lot more, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Senator Webb, what do you think?
Well, there's no doubt he's ambitious. I don't think this is a secret that he has aspirations on the national level, and he may, you know, he's getting the spotlight now, but you look at the field overall, and there's a lot, it's a crowded field. And if you look at the demographics and whatnot, I don't know how stout he would be in the prime time seat there, but certainly some of what he says doesn't really ring true when you see the party situation throughout the state of Kentucky. I think that he's quite an anomaly. I think the term was used in an interview I had recently. But so you look at the party performance and his leadership of that party, and you're not seeing that resonation and that carry forward. So I think that'll be a factor on the national level.
Does he sort of fit the label? I think that's sort of what you're hinting at there. You're hearing that moderate Democrat label being given to Beshear. The political positions he's presented, though, have been very firmly Democrat. So what is it about him that has at least appealed to some Trump voters or more moderate voters that have brought them over to support him?
Well, in Kentucky, you have familiarity in the name. You've got his father's, got that name familiarity, and the fact that he did handle, an unknown crisis fairly well. But you also have positions that are quite liberal, but not quite liberal enough for the national blue pockets.
And how do you think that may affect a primary?
Well, I think that, first of all, I think his communications are such that they are unifying. And I've people who've heard me answer this question before. I think he is very intentional about making sure that his remarks are more appealing. It is always a start with, I believe all children are children of God, and they deserve health care. So then when he comes out and uses that as his justification for some of the more liberal policies, which I also support, but having access to hormone therapy treatments, and that Senate Bill 2, or Senate Bill, yes, from
150?
150, thank you. Senate Bill 2 was related last year. They all run together, but using that unifying language from the start and kind of explaining his why, I think can go a long way towards helping people identify more with him. And I think as far as the crowded field in a primary goes, we saw that with Barack Obama when he first entered the presidential race, where everybody was kind of confused of who's this junior Illinois senator, who is that? And as it went on, his messaging and his rhetoric started to resonate more with a broader group of people.
We got 3.5 years until the next election, y'all, so we'll see what happens. We're going to have to leave it there.